The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown, then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago. It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Now a man open down the middle of the field. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain. Now Ridley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you. Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, get the ground game going. A lot of football left to be played. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? From just shy of midfield, Tua. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown. Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. He'll look to throw.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he stopped immediately there.
Richie Grant in on the tackle. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
That's caught over the middle by Fant. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 6.
And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Walker going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. On play action, they'll throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Okay, right.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Ready?
They'll run with Ridley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's go now. Green Jack.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Flushed out right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. This is Ridley. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Ready.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
They're going to look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a bit of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5. They'll roll him out right. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Straight ahead, Walker. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Working with a 2nd and 4. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Falcons 7-7. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now on 2nd and 16. Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Tua. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. And that is caught. It's Ridley.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Ready. Black Ultra. Red, yellow.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And this is going to be intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Tershawn Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Second and 9 now. Sliding up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Ebiketie.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Block at the man in motion. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Falcons 7. Michael takes the kickoff for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now here is another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
To the right side, this is Walker. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Again, Walker. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to... And my goodness, another interception. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 56 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to Walker on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This is the tight end fan. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hand off here to Walker. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Tua going to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Firkser. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
52 left.
44-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Ridley. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, I wish his staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I get the backups in there if it were me.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Now Tua going to try and sneak it.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. A wall of bodies there. Nowhere to burrow through the line on the quarterback sneak. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Let's go now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Ready.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Tua's throwing in the hands of Pitts here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ballgame.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Here we go, set.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Blue striker.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Tua
throwing the out route incomplete. It's Chandler. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Oh, he's got his tight end Pitts complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Seahawks 25-yard line.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And now here is another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and 14.
Tua.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On the double.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside.